Hey, what's up guys? It's me, Jordan, or the Fear Racer, and here today I figured I would do something a little different. I'm bringing something back that I've missed doing, that I used to do a long time ago on this channel, way before you guys knew who I was in the Minecraft community, way back in the day when I used to just sit in front of my mic and I would just talk. And essentially what I would do is just talk about my opinions about things, personal things that I've gone through, that not including the stories on this channel, but just it was pretty much like a commentary style video. And essentially I would just talk a lot, and I would talk a lot about a lot of personal things that I find a lot of you guys would also, or even possibly have a relation to, in terms of understanding what I'm talking about, and perhaps you might share the same opinions as me, or the same situations that I've gone through. But either way, I wanted to give this a go, and I hope you guys can sit back, relax. I mean, you don't even have to be watching the video. You can just, or you could be watching the video and doing something else, playing a game while you're listening to me, because this is mainly commentary. So feel free to do that if you want, or enjoy the gameplay here. So what I wanted to talk to you guys about, okay, and it's honestly one of the biggest struggles I think I've ever had in my life, is keeping friends. Now, this stems back as long as I can remember. I'm pretty sure this stems back to elementary school, honestly. I don't know what it was, I don't know what it is, I don't know if it's me, but for the longest time, you know, I kind of grew up, especially in elementary school, I guess you could say, as kind of a loser. I grew up, you know, I wore glasses, and yes, I was called Four Eyes a few times. Can you believe that? I don't know, I pretty much grew up and was always treated like an outcast by people, and this was pretty much a recurring thing every year. I even had a situation where one of my teachers had told my mother that I was mentally challenged, but that's a story for another time. So yeah, I had a lot of troubles growing up in elementary school, and I could never seem to keep friends because friends just never seemed to want to keep me around, which was never a nice feeling. But anyways, come around grade 5, I ended up moving to a new town, and I went to a new school. And, you know, it happened there too. I had trouble finding friends. I eventually found one friend who, you know, treated me like a good friend, I guess you could say, but over the years, that kind of slowly deteriorated. But during my time living in this new town, you know, through grade 5, grade 6, grade 7, it was still a struggle to find friends. I remember in grade 6, I had made my second friend. My first friend was grade 5 when I moved, and the second friend was in grade 6. And this second friend, it was a weird friendship because he was he wasn't a cool guy. And for some reason, it was almost like I was trying to be friends with him just simply because I had no one else to be friends with, and I just kind of brushed that aside. We were friends throughout, you know, junior high and stuff, but again, I was in a friendship with somebody who was just not cool with me, and, you know, I really don't even know why I did it. But because of him, me and him would always draw a lot, and that would lead into junior high, where I met a few other people. And junior high was certainly an interesting couple of years. I found them a lot more nerve-wracking, I should say, than I ever found high school. I don't know, maybe because you're just, you know, going through like puberty and just growing up to the adult world, and you're being treated a lot differently. But when it came to making friends, it just really seemed like I was still a loser with people, and I don't know, a lot of people I just couldn't get along with. Not that I ever had a problem with them, but it was like they had problems with me. And when I think back to it, it almost makes me feel like a lot of people thought of me as a loser because I was friends with that guy who became friends with me in grade 5. Because that guy from grade 5 who became friends with me was also a loser, and a lot of people didn't like him. So I feel like because I was friends with this guy, it gave me some sort of, or put a stigma on me as well. But either way, throughout junior high, I ended up making more friends, and again, I got into this situation where I was friends with these people who just didn't treat me right, but I just stayed friends with them anyways. And that was one of the biggest problems I had growing up, especially through junior high and high school, is that I didn't have a backbone. I never had the nerve to speak up for myself. I never had the nerve to tell someone where to go if they were bothering me. I would just occasionally avoid it in any way, shape, or form, because I just couldn't handle it. And I remember, I ended up getting, and this cycle of best friends. It was bad enough, finding friends was bad enough, but there was this cycle of making or having a new best friend every couple of years. I never could keep this one best friend. It was always one to another. And things just tended to get worse and worse throughout the years, and allow me to explain that. So, cutting through junior high, because I just can't remember all of the things that happened. High school is where I really started to see the true side of people. So I was friends with quite a few people then, but again, at the same time, I had this I had this struggle where, I didn't really feel like these people were my friends, but I had no one else to really go to. And there was this situation where, on the one side, I had, loser friends, my loser friends. And when I say loser friends, I mean the friends that, they were really nerdy, no one liked them, but at the same time, they didn't really treat me like a friend either. And then I had this other side of friends that weren't, I don't even know why I hung out with them. I was only friends with, I think, one or two of them, and there was a group of them, and I would just hang out with them because I would just get sick of being treated like an outcast by the others. But even so, I would be treated like an outcast with this other group as well. So I was pretty much, it was either hang out with these people or just be a loner. And, I literally went through this for, I want to say, a year. In grade 10, this was my life. And I do believe in grade 12 this happened as well. But in grade 10, the end of grade 10, I ended up finding a girlfriend. And then, grade 11, that was all we did was hang out in high school and stuff like that. But eventually, I found a new friend. And I thought things were going really good because my friend and his girlfriend and my girlfriend, we would all hang out together, and it was great and it was awesome. And that's how life was for a few years. Until after high school, until after this friend broke up with his girlfriend, things really started to change. Because he just started to not want to hang out with us, or me, I should say specifically. And after hanging out with this person for as long as I did, he had the nerve to just tell me that we had nothing in common anymore, which was not true in any way, shape, or form, and he just decided to not be friends with me anymore. So again, another situation where I lose a best friend. So this was, I think, the third or fourth best friend now from grade 5 up. So then it's after high school, I just lost a friend, my best friend, I should say. And then I had another situation where a few people from that other group that treated me like an outcast, not the loser group, but the other group, I ended up literally growing a backbone and just telling them where to go and just telling them I don't want anything to do with them anymore. Because even though we would go to university together, they would just completely just disregard me in any events and any things that they would be doing outside of school. They would pretty much I was pretty much a school friend the whole time. We went to university together. We drove there together. It was 3 of us, but yet I was being left out still, while the other 2 were hanging out and having a good time and going with friends and stuff. So I was never invited out. And, I was sick and tired of it, and around Christmas time, my uncle passed away, and I had enough, because they didn't care at all that I was gone. They didn't even speak to me during Christmas break, after, I was going through a horrible situation, and, grieving and stuff like that. So I told them where to go, and I just told them I'm done. I don't want to be friends with them anymore, and that's exactly what happened. Luckily, I ended up finding a new best friend who I actually met way before I even went to high school, which was somebody from cadets. And he's actually my roommate right now. You've probably seen him in a few videos. He's my best friend right now. I mean, and hopefully for the rest of my life. I mean, he's a great guy. And I mean, honestly, through all of the crap that I've been through, he's honestly been there the most for me. He's certainly stuck out the most for me, and he's been there and he's listened to me. And he's really got the qualities of a best friend, and I'm more than thankful. But just looking back, I've just gone through so much, I've gone through so many people in terms of friends, and it's always been them not wanting to be friends with me anymore, when as far as I know, I've done nothing wrong. It's just these people would just treat me like a loser, or treat me like an outcast, or almost just keep me around for just someone, or just something to do. And again, I guess you could say I was a bit of a pushover, which I guess was the reason why, this happened to me. But now is a totally different, case. I live practically in a new city by myself, well, with my best friend, with my roommate, but I'm moved away. I live in a huge city that's thousands of miles away from where I was born, where I'm from, and I mean, I'm living the life, the YouTube life. And yeah, I mean, that's all I really wanted to say, guys. Pretty personal, pretty personal stuff right there. But it's just, I don't know. It's really good to talk about this and get it off my back. And it's just been a struggle. And even now, like to this day, it's still a struggle to even find friends, let alone keep them. But with that being said, though, that's all I really wanted to say without diving into more personal details here. But I hope you guys did enjoy this, and I hope you guys want to see more of these kind of videos. And I also want to ask you guys, what are your biggest struggles as well? Do you relate to this as well, or do you not? Either way, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to reply to some of them and read them for sure. Alright, well anyways guys, again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.